Hi, trust you're doing good. Today you are on with Dr. Kazim Yekinin, the MD of Casfeed and the brain behind Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort. The initiative we came about, after a long period of research, about 5 months of research. So today I have actually done a video regarding the unveiling, but we didn't record it. For the interest of the world and those who might be interested in being a part owner in this initiative, I am coming up with this video. So, what is Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort all about? Like we said in most of our ads you might have seen, it is the first ever hybrid coconut farm in Nigeria. And the reason we are coming up with this initiative is not far-fetched. We have seen people investing in real estate for so long. We've seen people investing in land banking, a situation whereby they buy land, hold on to it for a period of time with the expectation that when the environment becomes developed, they will enjoy a lot of return. So in this regard, we are doing something differently. We are combining real estate, which is land banking, with farming, such that as you are expecting the land to appreciate, you are equally earning something. But what you are to earn is going to be very exceptional. And I can tell you, if you have been investing on houses in several locations, I can tell you for a fact that the return on investment is usually in decades. But for this particular investment I'm about to share with you, if you invest right there today, after 5 years, you will start earning the kind of return you've never earned from any real estate investment you might have done in the past. And in terms of the return on investment, in fact, in terms of you recouping back your investment, I give you just 5 years. And I can give you an instance. For somebody who invested 200 million on a house, let's even say you rent the house out for 7 million. So what you're looking at to recoup your investment is about 28 years. If you invest that same 200 on Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort, I can tell you that after 5 years, I'm going to give you back the 200 with a profit of 120 million. And after 5 years, subsequently, you'll be getting nothing less than 320 million every year compared to 7 million you are earning from the investment on the house, from 200 million investment on the house. So let's dive in so I can run you through how it works. Now, at the moment, we are selling per acre for 3.7 million naira. So if you're buying 1 acre, you're buying it at the rate of 3.7 million naira. And what are we doing? And what makes this investment exceptional? Once you buy the land for 3.7, we are planting 60 coconuts on 1 acre. And based on our findings and projection, if we plant 60 coconuts on 1 acre you bought for 30.7, the projection is that 1 coconut will give us minimum of 200 coconuts per annum. And if that is the case, we will multiply 200 coconuts by 12. By the time you do the calculation, you realize you get 12,000 coconuts. Now, if that is the case, this is the number of the coconuts you stand to gain from the purchase of 1 acre. Now, how much are we looking at in terms of the selling price, that will command that return we promise? Because if you buy 1 acre, the returns we are projecting for you is between 6 million to 12 million per annum. That's after by the 5th year. So if that is the case, on the street, if you go to buy coconuts, you buy for between 1,500 to 2,000. And for us, because we'll be selling in large quantity, we are benchmarking our projection selling price for 500. So at 500, we have an average of the selling price in terms of projection. By the time you multiply 500 per 1 by 12,000, you realize you get 6 million at the end of the day as your possible returns. Now, if you make use of 1 million as the possible price we are selling one, depending on economic reality, by then, that will give you 12 million. Now, one thing I love to do the most, to create that mindset for you, I mean, a straightforward mindset for you, is to think of you buying 10 acres or 20 acres. If you're buying 10 acres, you're buying it for 37 million naira, because we are selling 1 acre for 3.7. So if you're buying 10 acres, you're buying it for 37 million naira. Now, since the numbers we can get per acre is 12,000 in terms of the coconut, by the time you multiply 12,000 by 10, it gives you 120,000. So it gives you 120,000 coconut. That is making it to be more interesting. And just like I've shared in the past, the more you invest on this project, the more you have a chance of enjoying massive return on investment. So by the time you have 120,000, if you sell one for 500, you get 60 million, right? If we sell it for 1,000, you get 120 million. Now the question is, what investment have you made on real estate that you will spend 37 million on, and by 5th year you are making between 60 to 120 million? I can tell you, there's, in my years of experience in this industry, I can tell you there's none within the country, because you can't even find a house you are buying for 37 million. It is not possible. Is it 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or 3 bedroom? In Lagos of today, in Nigeria of today, where you can buy an apartment for 100 million, I'm talking of 1 bedroom. So are you now saying you will invest 37 million on a house and it will be giving you such return? The money wouldn't be enough for you to buy into any apartment, but it can be enough for you. It can be more than enough for you to invest on Àdàbà coconut farm and resort, and you stand the chance of earning between 60 to 120 million. Now let's go to, if you buy 20 acres. If you are buying 20 acres, it means you will be spending 74 million. And what we would just need to do is to multiply this by 2, at the end of which you get, let's say you get 0, 0, 0 here, just to take you through the process. And here you also get 0. By the time you multiply this, you get 4, and this you get 4. That's 240,000 coconuts. So if you are buying 20 acres of this coconut farm, you stand a chance of getting 240,000 coconuts. By taking it to the market, let's say we sell for 500 per one, it means you are getting 120 million from 20 acres. That if we are looking at the possible maximum price we can sell one, we'll be talking about 240 million naira. There is no investment on real estate that can guarantee you this return. There's none. So regarding the house I talked about the last time, if you look at the Lekki Aja axis where I am operating, the price of, let's say, 4 bedroom detached house is around 200 to 220, depending on where you buy it. 200 to 220, but let's benchmark the price to 200. Let's say you buy a 4-bed detached house for 200 million. The rental value is between 7 to 10 million, but let's make use of 7 million. So by the time if you are making use of 7 million, that means you will have to divide 7 million. You divide 7 million by 200 million. At the end of the day, what you will be getting is around, let me do that calculation, is around, give me a minute. I want to take you through the process. Just focus on this. I don't know if you can see it very well. 200 million divided by 7. Can you see what we get? 28.57. Let's say 20, but let's convert the 7 to 1 and place it here. Let's say 28.5 years. So meaning that at 7 million rental value or rental income. Before you can recoup this 200 you invest on a standing building, it will take you 28.5 years. 28.5 years before you can recoup the 200. Now, here's the magic and why you should consider investing in Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort. If you invest this same money on Àdàbà Coconut and Resort, 200 will now do, because we are selling 1 acre for 3.7. So we now do a calculation whereby we multiply or we divide 200 million by 3.7 million. I don't know if you can see it very well, by 3.7 million. So we are getting 54. Let me put it on the board. We are getting 54. And since each acre is selling for 3.7, meaning that 200 million will get you 54 acres of land at Àdàbà Farm and Resort. And let's see the magic. If you get 54 acres of land with 200 million, this is where the magic is. Now remember, this is what we are expecting from, an acre. We are expecting between 6 million to 12 million as return, as possible return from an acre. Now let's multiply, and this is for 1 acre. Now imagine you have this 54 for 200 million. Let's now multiply 6 million. Let's make use of the average projection by, I'm bringing it to your face, 6 million for 1 acre by 54 acres. So that will give you 324 million. 324 million. That's the return you are getting from the Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort. Meaning that if you invest 200 on this, on the houses, and you are taking that same 200 million to invest on Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort, within 5 years, you will recoup your investment and you will still get a profit of 124 million. And subsequently, that's after 5 years, you'll be getting 324 million per annum. That's we taking consideration that we might sell for. Imagine we now sell for 1,000 naira. Then we will multiply the 324 by 2. It can make you as much as 648 million per annum. My brothers and sisters, I've never been convinced by any investment as much as I'm convinced, regarding this Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort, because this is a project that took me about 5 months of findings. Now, I know one thing in your mind. One of the questions in your mind now is, why would I have to wait for 5 years before I start getting my returns? Now, if you invest on this particular house, if you invest 200 million, if you don't wait until 28 years, 28.5 years, you won't even be able to recoup your return. Not to talk of getting, you won't be able to recoup your investment. Not to talk of getting returns. And we are talking about something you need to wait for between 4 to 5 years. By 5th year is when you will start getting your return. And comparing the returns with what you can get from a building is crazy. But the difference is just so much. You'll be getting 200 million, a recoup of your investment on a standing out after 28 years. But after 5th year, you are getting 324 million. Meaning that by the time you deduct 124 from 324, you are recouping your investment back, and with a profit of 124 million, and you stand to gain between 324 and 648 million every year after the 5th year. I just believe it's something we need to give attention, And if you're not looking for anything else from investment, that your interest is returns, I think you should start pouring money on this initiative. Presently, we are selling at a pre-launch offer. Trust me, very soon the price will no longer be there. The price will shoot up because already, as at today, out of the 200 acres we have for pre-launch offer, as at today, almost 70% of that is gone. So meaning that very soon, you might be buying it at a higher price, unless we are influenced by our partners, who in most cases we don't neglect their contribution when it comes to our decision making. I could remember some times ago, in one of our buildings we deliver around Abramadesoya. I think we sold that building for 47 or 57 million to the client, and the client, for one reason or the other, could not meet up with the payment structure. At the end of the day, we decided to terminate. So because of our respect for the client and the client's interest and our renters, I mean the partner, so we had to reverse that decision to make sure everybody wins. So we don't take our partners for granted. And I'll advise you, if you're working with any of our representatives, trust them, believe them, they will deliver to you. Trust us, we're going to deliver to you as well. So that's the information regarding that. In terms of the consumption, as at today, I can tell you that we cannot even meet the demand for coconut in the country. Nigeria is now relying on Ivory Coast and Ghana to bridge the gap in terms of the demand for coconut in the country. In the north, they consume coconut at higher rate. In Akwa Ibom, government recently came up with the initiative to have a coconut refinery. And on the streets, out of 5 sellers, out of 5 traders on the street, I can tell you that 3 out of them is selling coconut. If you go to the beach, they offer you coconut. If you go to any reasonable supermarket, 3 out of those supermarkets sells coconut. So there is coconut on the street. And just today, I sent one of my staff to get corn for me with coconut. It's always sweet. If you have not experienced it, please try. Sorry. If you go to our that there, you'll see them lined up. They sell coconut and corn. It's always sweet. People use coconut rice and all that. So in terms of the consumption, the market is just so big. It will surprise you to know that last year, Nigeria spent 32.9 billion on importation of coconut. That sounds ridiculous and insulting to me. So if we are relying on manufacturers' products, should we also continue to rely on importation of something we can do within the country? That's not nice. That's an habit. It is a habit, it is a kind of habit that makes us to export job opportunities to another country at the expense of our own. Because with this initiative, we're going to create jobs, we're going to add to the GDP of the country, and there's going to be wealth creation for all our partners. So that's one. Number two, the global market is too large. You can imagine a situation whereby the global worth of coconut market as at today is 14.18 billion US dollar. And the projection by 2034 is about 33.71 billion US dollar. Let's even say 34 billion US dollar. That's 2034. So if our project spans before maturity till 2030, and the market boom is still ahead, that means whoever invests in Àdàbà coconut farm and resort now is positioning himself towards the future boom. So he's going to achieve a lot from the coconut initiative. Now, what we do after you make the payment, the 37 million for an acre, depending on the numbers you want to buy, we are not asking you to bring any money again. From that money, you become landowner. From that money, you become coconut owner. From that money, we manage the estate at our own cost. From the first day you invest till it starts fruiting. And after it begins to fruit, we pay you returns. What we do is to take 30% for processing, land preparation, seedling, management, marketing, logistics, sales. We take 30% of the money to take care of all those things within so we pay 70% of the proceeds to you. So meaning that if you are getting, let's say you are getting 10% at the end of every year, then 3 million of the 10% is coming to our pocket. I'm just using that so that we all understand the round figure, of a thing to make it easier for. That's why I'm using that. For now, I'm going to be wrapping it up. That's some of the things you may be interested in regarding Àdàbà coconut farm and resort. This product the demand for it is on the rise. They use it for food. They use it in the health sector, health and wellness sector. They make use of it. Beauty and skin care, they make use of it. Local consumption, household consumption, all those. That's why the demand is on the rise. Please don't just watch this video without taking action. I intentionally put up this video so that you understand how it works. Start putting across the call now before the boom, because we are yet to take our armies of rhetorics there. We are taking them out anytime soon, and what you'll be seeing is large expanse of land with plantation of coconuts. Thanks for watching this video. Call the number on the screen and I'll be willing to assist you. Thank you.